Hey everyone, so here will be the trade recap for the 31st of August on Euro US dollar. So what could have been a 30R day ended up with a 1.5R loss. So I'll explain in this video how I could have avoided the losses and taken the longs instead for 30R. So as we can see on the 4 hour, we previously broke this structure over here. So what happened was price is currently on this pullback phase over on this area here, pulling back bullish. I'm looking for price to hit towards this 4 hour discount and then potentially come lower as we continue on this pullback phase. So yesterday when we dropped down to the 15 minute, we can see that price is still temporarily bullish. We are very choppy because it's NFP week anyway. During the London session, there was this entire range that started forming since Monday. We do have the equal lows over here where we swept yesterday before the news. When price actually came into this demand zone over here, longs could have been caught. So I'll explain the longs first and how you could have caught them, and then after that I'll explain my mistakes at the end of the video. So over here, once price hits this 10-minute demand zone, you can then drop down to the 1 minute. So depending on your trading plan, your first entry could have been taken over at this zone over here for a 3 pip stop loss. So I'll zoom in for you. So over here, we see that once price hit the 10-minute demand zone, we shifted structure bullish. So currently, again, like I said, the 15-minute is bullish because we are pulling back. So you want to try and ride that momentum and that order flow. So once price actually executes on this area here, your trade would be executed and you can take your TP and aim it for that 1 hour sell zone above. So if I were to show you, this would be the 1 hour sell zone that you'll be aiming for because price is currently trading within this entire swing leg over here. So given that your counter trend, you don't really want to aim too far. Even though I had the viewpoint that price should head towards here, I'm not going to aim for that area here first because we are still stuck in this range. So I want to take the highest probability trades within the range itself. If you had taken this 1 minute trade long right at the news, which personally I wouldn't because it's not part of my trading plan, this would have netted you about 26R. However, if you do miss this, there is actually another entry. So again, if we look at this area here on the 1 minute, this would have been the first entry over here for longs. If you do miss this, after the news has cleared, you see that price continues going up. We break structure, we head deeper into this 1 minute extreme sell zone over here, and then we came down for the retracement. Given that we broke structure over here, price is bullish. It has already changed its structure to bullish on the 1 minute. We should continue following this bullish momentum on the 1 minute and continue taking longs. So once you see that price sweeps the liquidity below these lows over here, fails to close below, pulls back, break structure again, you should be comfortable enough, or rather I should have been comfortable enough yesterday to place a long here for 6 pips. And then your trade would be executed on this little candle that wicked into the zone. Same targets at that same 1 hour high. That 1 hour sell zone for about 10.5R. On both trades, so let me just put up the first trade again. So if you were to take both trades, on the first trade, once your trade gets executed over at this point here, you could have gone break even when price clears this high here. And on the second trade, either you break even at this point here or this point here. Either is fine depending on how you view the swing legs. Both trades will have never come back to your break even point, so you'll be risk free anyway. So that was how you have caught the longs for almost 10.5 plus 26. That's almost 30R given for yesterday's New York trading session. So let's go over the mistakes that I made on my trades instead. So over on the 15 minute, the way I viewed the chart was, I knew that we were trading within this range over on the 15 minute. Where I executed my shots was actually in the middle of the range, which is the highest risk to be taking your trades from. So personally, I prefer to trade from the tops and the bottoms of the range, and those are higher probability trades. So once price actually hit this 15-minute sell zone during the news, I saw that we failed to close above this high actually. So when I came down to the 1 minute, what I saw was price hitting the 15-minute sell zone, shifting the bearish market structure on the 1 minute. So I viewed it as possibly we could be heading towards this 15-minute demand zone, where I was then looking for longs towards the 1 hour sell zone. So when price came up to the extreme over here and we shifted structure again. I placed my first entry over at this point here, over at this sell zone for about 4 pips, and I was looking again to target that 15-minute demand zone. So this obviously, when price executed me over at this area here, netted me in a loss when it pulled back and stopped me out. So I gave my trade another chance because I saw that we still had this extreme 1-minute sell zone over here after we changed to a bearish structure. So I viewed the liquidity points a bit differently yesterday and didn't see that this was actually a liquidity sweep and not a change in structure. So I took the second shots over at this point here like this. So entry was above here, stop loss for about 5 pips, I remember. And then same targets were for that 15-minute demand zone. So as you can see, both trades, once they got executed, pushed out of the zone, but then we broke structure and broke the zone again. So that's how I took both losses, trading within the range and not identifying that we have already shifted the order flow on the 1 minute to a bullish order flow. So I should have just followed that order flow instead. So hopefully my mistakes help you learn something. If you have any questions, do drop them down in the comments below. So some of you have reached out to me asking me what you should do when you enter on the wrong side of your positions and you just don't want to cut your losses. I would suggest just cutting them ASAP because right now price is quite bullish, and if you hold on to your losses, I assume if you're asking me for help because you didn't manage your risk properly, you probably didn't have a stop loss on, which is the #1 mistake any trader could make, because the stop loss is supposed to save your account. So if you find yourself on the wrong side of the trades, be quick to cut them. You can always look to get in on another trade after that to cover the smaller loss. So hopefully this recap helped and you understand the mistakes that I made so you don't make them in your own trades as well. So if you can do me a favor, drop a like on the video down below. It'll go a long way into helping other people learn more. So happy trading!